Hi, welcome to Forex in 4. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, July 13th, 2010. This morning we're talking about the Portugal downgrade. Overnight in the European session, Moody's ratings agency downgraded Portugal's debt 2 notches to A1, but they maintained a stable outlook while citing weaker growth prospects. Now, ECB President Jean-Claude Trichet came out and he maintained that monetary policy is appropriate, and he was trying to assuage the market that things may be okay. But what we had in the Euros, we also had some investor confidence figures come out in both the Eurozone and Germany. They were both lower, and they came in a little bit less than expected, which is showing a deteriorating outlook for that economy in the Eurozone. Now, wholesale prices in Germany were also lower, and their index showed a decline of 0.2% for the month versus an expectation of a 0.2% rise. So what we're seeing here is, just taking a quick look on a 15-minute chart of the Euro USD. We also had U.S. corporate earnings kick off last night, and by and large, they've been positive. All right, we saw some euro selling in the overnight, but right here you can see, right as the euro market opened, all right, there comes the downgrade, and boom, you get a little bit of a sell-off, things stabilizes, Trichet comments come out, and boom, we get a move back up to the upside. We can also look at this, I just want to look at this on USD JPY. You can see initially when Japan was open, it was reacting a little bit positively to the U.S. earnings numbers until boom, you see the open in the euro, and then it sells off, and as the market goes into risk aversion mode. So that's what we're sort of seeing, and you see that quite often as the market flips from both risk appetite to risk aversion, depending upon which session is open and what the news is of that day. So as you can see, if you know how to trade, between the sessions, or if you know how to take advantage of opportunities when each of these markets opens, there's going to be some room and some opportunities to take trades here. So just real quick, just wanted to show you. Right now we've got Canadian dollar strength. Okay, they're actually benefiting the most from this U.S. corporate earnings, better than expected numbers. The U.S. is the largest importer of Canadian goods and services, so they're going to stand to benefit if U.S. corporate earnings come in better than expected. We also have commodity prices higher. U.S. stock market's about to open, also opening higher. Okay, we've got, as you can see, there's a little bit of risk taking. We've got the Aussie higher as well, although it may have moved a little bit high. We may be seeing a bit of a pullback here now with the U.S. Open. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Also to note is that in the UK, they came in with their CPI data, and it came in a little bit higher than expected. They showed a gain of 3.2%, which is less of a decline than the BOE was hoping for, and it's still above their target limit of 3%. Now, the Bank of England has a dual mandate to both keep inflation in check and to encourage employment, so it's going to have its hands full trying to balance that from happening. But what this has done is this has improved the outlook that perhaps the UK may need to return to normalized monetary policy in the later half of 2010. In addition, they also showed that home prices rose 11% to the highest levels in almost 3 years. So there could be some inflation going on in the UK, which would mean a potential move back towards normalized policy. So that's sort of what we're looking at today. Sort of got this. The market sort of moves with the different sentiments and the different sessions of trading. Typically, we say that the Asian markets will tend to follow the U.S. stock market. So, for example, if stocks are up in the U.S. and they finish strong until the close, okay, that night it can be generally expected. Now, you got to remember that these are just observations and that they don't always hold 100% true. But if the Nikkei, if U.S. stock markets are higher, they close higher, Nikkei average is typically going to start higher as well. What that's going to do is that's going to put pressure on the yen. You're going to see yen selling. That's going to encourage risk appetite as people move to higher yielding assets. So you're going to see some strength in the Aussie and the Kiwi. But what happens is that if there's news that comes out that creates a little bit of risk aversion, then you'll see that flip. You see the Nikkei sell off, you get the Japanese yen strength as people start to unwind some of these carry trades. And that's sort of what we see happening last night. You can see that right at that right at the Euro Open around 3 o'clock, as soon as that debt downgrade came out, boom, you just got a sell-off of USD versus yen, which shows yen strength, okay, as the market's in full risk aversion mode. And then as we get towards the U.S. Open, the U.S. corporate earnings news comes back into play, and everyone says, hey, wait a second, that's not so bad, and there's going to be, we've got good earnings here in the U.S., so, that's where the focal point goes. So you can kind of see how the market just sort of shifts and goes through these ebbs and flows based on whichever session's opening and what the news of the moment is. So today it's going to be interesting to see which news wins out here, whether the market's enamored with U.S. corporate earnings and we see risk taking, or if people have increased fears over this Portuguese debt downgrade and the potential for additional problems in the eurozone. So if you're not familiar with how to use the different sessions and timing to sort of show you how things may trade, be sure to check out our currency trading courses. We go over that in those courses, and I think it's something that every trader should know about, and it can really help you maximize your profit potential. So that's what we're looking at today. Good trading to all.
As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.